All right, we are back on the table again. Welcome on Saturday afternoon to Roundtable Wrestling. It's still a two-man power trip till this day. As David, the D-Lo Show Logan, I'm all here, repping the table, repping the city, and with me as always, Chad Big Ton Vandermark.
What's up? What's up?
Uh, it's a lot of wrestling, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of wrestling to go through. You got the we wasn't here last week, so we got to do we got to talk about the AAA show. We got to talk about the mask versus mask joint. We got to talk about the face promo afterwards. We got to talk about a lot of stuff, man. We got to talk about the King and Queen versus the Ring, or King and Queen of the Ring, everything.
There you go. Way layer out what's going to happen, Chad. There we go.
I try, I really do.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, excuse me. So, let's start out with something simple. Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown have hosted the King of the Ring tournaments and Queen of the Ring. And they do the four-way format, fatal four-ways. Like Comments today is where they did the 1v1
Yeah,
16
man.
per.
The 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 thing that irritates me the most in both WWE and AEW is not only the fact that they be doing fatal four way, but the fact that they be having not like very little people in it. Like AEW, when they did the Owen, they used to have 16 people in it, just like the King and Queen of the Ring tournament.
Yeah, they shrunk it the last couple years.
Yeah,
I think because they go into the monthly format. That's what they've been doing lately. So they've been shrinking things down. So
what they need to do is they need to bring back the damn pay per view for it. At least in WWE, they need to bring back the King of the Ring instead of just having a joint on Raw and having the finals on a pay per view.
yeah, it's interesting. They didn't have the King of the Ring pay view back, even though, but they have it at Night of Champions in Saudi. So, so we're
I'm saying
five.
they just need to bring back the pay per view and do everything there. And instead of having only 3 or 4 matches on the pay per view, what they need to do is they need to have both the King and the Queen of the Ring matches on the pay per view.
Yeah, these had the semifinals and then the finals at least on the pay
Yeah,
views.
yeah,
So,
exactly. And then you
well,
mix up. I mean, even if you want, you can mix up some NXT people in there.
that's being too creative right there, sir. That's being too creative right there.
I know. So, oh, my fault. That's WWE. They can't be that creative.
All right, well, we got King of the Ring so far. In the first round, Obafemi defeated Solo, Sikoa, Penta, and what's the last dude? Can't think of the last dude there. Hold it down. But Oba advanced to the semifinals.
Yeah,
So
and Dom advanced, and now there's a meme going around talking about how Dom is gonna beat Obafemi. I saw that shit the other day,
he
and
bad now. He's in Where they're in Baltimore for Monday Night Raw. And do you know the outrage it'll be if that
are you
nigga.
going?
I'm 50-50 on it. I don't know. I'm about to see something. But
How far?
if I
How far is the building from you that Monday Night Raw is in?
about 20 minutes, it's downtown. I'm just a little out of the city. Ain't that far.
Is tickets expensive there?
They like over $100. Things cheapest I seen was 102. I'm gonna look at other sites. I'm trying to get the cheapest one I can
That's the
get.
cheapest you saw.
Yeah, so far. So I try to get close to the date so I can get lower price. So all that.
Well, yeah, and it depends on where you sit too.
Yeah. So
Remember,
yeah.
it's just like the conversation I had with Johnny. Two two wrestling shows practically across the street from one another, different companies. Two tickets to one show would for me would have been less than $100, and it was a pay per view. Two tickets to another to WWE pay per view Elimination Chamber would have been over $400
Mm,
in the same city across the damn street.
that's
That's
a lot.
just like you and you tripping when I tell you that they fit in the that they fit in the charge $89.99 for a pay per view on cable.
That's ridiculous. I don't know who paying that price.
I don't know either, but I bet you that's what they charge it
Not
for
bootleg.
SummerSlam too, now that SummerSlam is 2 nights. So I bet you that's what they charge it for SummerSlam. I'm finna
Yeah, I
find
think
out.
they
My
are.
boy's gonna find out when he can at the end of July when he can go to the pay per view channels. He about to go find out and see how much SummerSlam is, and if it's $90, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's crazy. $90. Anyway. So, and for the late and last night we had the last quarterfinal match between Jay Uso, um, LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Finn Balor. And thanks to main event Jay Uso, he yeeted himself to the next round and won the match.
Would you shut up with that damn yeet word, please? That shit is annoying as hell.
Yo, it was crazy for him. I mean, but
Of course, it's
they no,
crazy
they
for it. They over that. I mean, that shit has been over for years. That shit is that word
that
and
was
that
like
and
2014. That was like 2014 when it was
I
popping.
know that has been over more than the damn bloodline has been over.
Man, they love the blood. This is the remix. Come on,
Don't nobody
remix.
don't nobody like the damn. It's stale like John
People
Cena.
like remixes. That's what they say.
That's what they say, but they don't like this remix.
They say they like the remix. That's why DJ Khaled gets a lot of signing and attentions.
I know, and too short.
And T Pain, he's be on that. You get him on the chorus. That's who
Yep,
rock.
yep. But see, all them do good remixes. The Bloodline is not a good remix. The only good part of the remix is Jacob Fatu.
And they try to neuter him.
Yep, they is too.
Bad, bad.
I like when what the hell is it? I like it when Fatu be be tripping and when Jay and Jimmy be like, yo, Oos, take care of this. And Fatu be like, I didn't lose to you. I don't have to take your orders.
Right.
And he don't be listening to them, and that be pissing them off and making them mad. That's
Yeah,
funny. That's funny as hell.
yeah. He on SmackDown. He tried to get Soul to come back and join. And Soul was like, man, he made you your little lapdog again. Just like last
But,
time. Just
but
like you
he
tried
tried
to do
to
me.
he tried to get Solo to come back and join the Bloodline.
Yeah, he tried to get Soul to come back. That's why he came on SmackDown. So, but Soul like, man, he playing you. He just making you lesser than. So I was like, hell no.
Solo tried to do the same thing when he was talking smack about Fatu many months ago. You remember that?
Yeah, it's always regret, man. Like, come back. Like, nah, for real, come back, bro. We be like all the old times.
Solo was trying to get him to come back, or Fatu was trying to get him to come in the bloodline.
Nah, he's trying to get him to join the bloodline. This version, the remix. But I guess
Man, I
he
hope
was
I
not
hope
trying to join.
somebody gets the hell out of the remix because don't nobody care about the remix. They trying to shove. I'm sorry, they trying to shove the bloodline down everybody's throat like they did with John Cena for years.
Yeah,
And they know, and ain't nobody gonna take that at all.
especially when everything else is just bland too. So
Yeah, and
nothing
then
really
and then
popping.
and they trying to heat things up with something about Sammy smacking Cody in the grill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, he said Cody
Cody.
kept it real with him and said, "You're not world champion material." And Sammy didn't like that, and he slapped him in his face. And then and he was trying to be all apologetic. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Cody tried to
Sammy,
shake his hand, hug
I'll
him. Yeah, he tried to apologize effusively, and then Cody smacked him back. But then Sammy, he went out the ring and grabbed a chair, and he got on the apron, and then he threw the chair down and walked away. And I just was like, okay.
That's interesting because not only Sammy, they be having Sammy getting in the mix with Trick, but they be having Sammy doing this thing with Cody, and then they talking about bringing Punk
And
back and having Punk mixing it up with Cody as well.
Sammy was a busy night because Gunther, he's got a title match next week, and the stipulation he picked was special guest referee, and that special guest is Sami Zayn.
Speaking of, I got a question for you. You
Yeah,
be watching SmackDown weekly, right?
yeah, unreligiously. It gotta go back to 2 hours.
It got to go back to. I just get bored of watching 3 hours of that. I can't do it.
I'm glad I got a
But
fast forward. Get the fuck out of there.
yeah, I got a fast forward thing too, and I still can't do it. But was there a triple threat match for the title with Cody, Gunther, and Sammy?
No, it's not a 3-way. It's the Cody and Gunther. That's just 1v1, but Sammy is the referee.
Yeah, I know, but no, somebody told
No,
me
it's
that
never
they had a
no.
triple threat.
No, that never happened.
Okay, all
That
right,
never
that's what I wanted to ask you.
never even existed. I don't even think they
All
even
right,
think of that thought. I don't even think that thought even crossed their minds.
I hope not.
Shit, watch it happen just because we said it.
For real. Actually, you
That might
remember?
be the Summerfest
Actually, you
match.
remember
Fuck.
when before Roman lost the belt when he had the belt for like what was it 4,000 days,
Yeah.
and there was actually talk about Sammy losing or Sammy winning the belt, uh, when he
Yeah,
wrestled Roman
Montreal.
in Montreal at Elimination Chamber, and then just let them hold it for a month, and then
Yep.
losing it at WrestleMania.
The
But they
fuck.
but they but they said the same thing that Cody said. He ain't world champion material.
Well, I guess he really listened to me because I said the only reason he'll be taken seriously is if he's a heel. So at least he's trying to be a heel, but he's not fully all the way
I mean,
committed.
he's half and
He
half. He's
is. He's
between.
half and half. He's trying to stay as the good guy in this. When he needs to embrace the heel, because the European crowd was loving him, and he complained that the U.S. crowd wasn't feeling them. I'm like, bro, we're not the
I
Europeans, man.
mean, maybe he could be like Brett was in the '90s, and Brett was face in Canada, and he was a heel everywhere else.
That could be one too. He's loved in Canada, of course, but like in America,
Or maybe he could be a heel in overseas everywhere, and then be a face in America or something like that. You
it'll
know,
definitely have to be the reverse. But yeah,
it's
definitely.
a shame when one of us or both of us can be more creative than Triple H.
I know. It just
It's a
they use
shame.
AI now. You know they use Allen Iverson.
I
You
know,
know
right?
that, and he's got some good
I mean,
moves, but
They think Allen Iverson is more creative than we are or than they are.
that says a lot.
For real,
And then they remixes.
that's a damn shame. Now that's what you call a remix.
Right.
Screw the Bloodline remix and screw John Cena remix. That's what the remix is. Using Allen Iverson for creative. This is the remix.
All right, so definitely. All right, for the ladies' side, we had where's that? We had the women's champion Liv Morgan in there with Alexa Bliss, Chelsea Green, and what's the that? And Becky Lynch. Chelsea felt like she had a victory. She had the pretty
I'm
on
pretty
Becky,
Becky.
but
Yup.
when she when she was doing the pin, she Liv climbed over the top and rolled her up for the win.
Yup.
So
Yo,
it's two women.
you know what's gonna be crazy? Watch Liv and Dom be the king and queen of the ring.
It just doesn't make sense how the world champion is in there. I can get an Intercontinental and US and tag champs in there. I can get
Yeah,
that.
but why you got the world champion in there? And if you
Yeah.
want to think about it, Liv's the double world champion because ain't she the Saudi joint world champion too?
So is Stephanie, I guess. Got Stephanie is too. Stephanie Vaquer, she is too. So
But there's only one, so I thought Liv won that. It wasn't Liv, it was Steph.
nah, they both each got one. Liv on the first one and Stephanie won the second one.
Oh,
So
all right. Well, so do they get recognized like forever?
yeah, it's like their little
So
trophy
like
case.
so like so
It's like the
so like
Heritage Cup without
so like
without
Braun Strowman is like the greatest Royal Rumble champion ever because he won
sure,
that
but
belt.
yeah, sure, but he doesn't. But his is forever and ever, and but theirs is continuously repeating. So
Okay.
it's like a yearly thing, annual thing. But yeah. So Liv advanced. Then we had what's the other chick? We had Julia. Um, what's her girl? We had Julia, Raquel Rodriguez, Bailey, and what's the other girl name? What's the other girl name?
I don't know.
But Raquel won, and maybe JC. It may have been JC Jane, but whatever. Raquel won because she Tejana bound Kiana James, but after the match, Kiana James was mad at Julia because she thought she
Oh yeah, I
cost her the
remember that.
match. She
I
thought she
remember
cost her
that.
the match,
Yeah.
but it was JC Jane that pushed the girl's foot off the ropes. It wasn't Julia, and she thought it was Julia. But Julia's saying it wasn't me, it wasn't her. And Kiana's like, we're done. We're finished, and cursing her out and doing all that stuff. And then Julia attacked her and beat her ass. And now Julia can speak English now. And she spoke good English on this phone on Friday on
Was she
SmackDown.
fluent?
Yeah,
Could
it
you
was very
understand
it
her?
was clear. There was no hesitations. I was like, okay, good. I was like, and she smacked her in the mouth. So I was like, okay, I'm with it. It was funny. So
Yo, you saw SmackDown from last night, right? What's
yeah.
this whole thing about Jade losing her wig?
Oh yeah, I was going to talk about that one last night. So we had Charlotte, Soul, Jade, and Lyra Valkyria for Queen of the Ring. The last,
Seabiscuit.
yeah, and so there was a suplex, and Jade was double suplexed by Charlotte, Soul, and her wig started to come off during that, and when it came down, and it came off like damn. I was like, ugh. And then she had to hold her head the rest of the match, and she powered through it and got it out of it. But I was like, ooh.
The white Britt Baker.
Oh my god, I said the white man, baby.
Neither one of them bitches can wrestle.
Oh,
It's a shame when I like Seabiscuit more than I like the white Britt Baker.
well, your girl
At,
C Biscuit won.
at
She
least, at
tapped out
least,
Lara. She tapped out Lara with the
at
natural
least, at least, at least Seabiscuit can wrestle.
yeah. So one semifinal we have Liv Morgan and Charlotte Flair. Woo!
Why Seabiscuit beat her?
Yo, you funny as hell. Um, I don't know, but yeah, this is very conflicting because yeah, I remember a promo a few years back on SmackDown when Liv was like trying to make a come up, and Charlotte was like, "Sweetheart, we don't even know who you are. Who are you, Liv?" And now they're right here. So,
Yep.
so there you go. So should I Liv?
Liv is pulling the same thing on other people that she got pulled on her. Talking
Yeah.
about you've only been here for a cup of coffee, or who are you? You're not even known or whatever. Like like with JC Jane or Fatal Influence or something.
Oh yeah. They already ruined Fatal Influence. Speaking of them, they lost to Bree and Page. Bree Page with the roll up special. After they banked them in so they lost to them already, and JC
Yeah,
was
they
shot.
lost last week or a couple weeks ago, didn't they?
I
Or
think
did
it
they have a
was
rematch?
no. This is just non-title. So they
Oh, all right,
the
all right.
roll up is a return roll up. A lot of roll up wins lately. So. But yeah,
The
that's
two of the easiest moves in the world: the headlock takeover, which is the Darby Allin winning the title with, and the roll up. Those are the two easiest ways to win ever in wrestling history.
or the finger poker do.
Oh
That's
God,
that finger poker.
that'll mess you up.
There you go. It'll spit you out of commission forever.
That'll paralyze a brother.
Right. And I'm trying to think who's the other girl. There was another four-way somewhere. Cause I know it's Liv, Charlotte, Raquel. There's a fourth one somewhere that I wrote somewhere in this combination.
You want me to go find out? Oh wait,
Yeah.
you got two things right there. Can't you look on the laptop real quick?
I know I wrote it down. That's what I'm trying to
Oh, you
figure out.
wrote it down and you
Yeah.
can't find it.
I'm like, where the hell I write it down at? That's Shaw and Tiffy, whatever. But that could those people. So whatever, that's different. All right,
I
Pat the live
my
one.
laptop in here. I would look it up. That's what I
Oh
got.
well,
I gotta bring in. I gotta see if before the next show we do, I gotta see if I can get the laptop to work with StreamYard.
all right, well. Oh, now I remember. Io Sky,
Yep.
Lashley,
Yeah.
and I trying to figure out the other two. Us they are they here? No, that's not it. Did I write it down?
It
But I
don't
know
matter.
Io Sky won,
It
and I
don't matter
think
because the
the other.
genius of the sky won.
Yeah, I remember Oscar. I mean Io winning, and I was like, damn. But Cause I wasn't last
I can't
week, but it
remember
was
the other two, but you're right. It was EO Sky and Lash Legend, and Lash was trying to be all slick, and she be doing that with every match she's in, just like Nia. They think they the bomb because they go in the match and they the biggest bitch in the match, and they get their ass beat because they think they don't take the opponent seriously, or they two or three or four opponents seriously, and then they get their ass beat, which
that's
is
it.
what happened in that fatal four way. So
Yeah,
it's
man.
Raquel and Io, right?
Yeah, with Kelly Eel in this one final semis, and then Shaw and Liv in
I'm
the
gonna
other.
laugh if Io beat her.
You know that's what's gonna happen, right? It's gonna be
Yep.
Eel win. So,
Io, the genius of the sky is gonna beat Raquel Rodriguez.
and it's gonna happen in my city too. And we're gonna be like, oh, well,
You think it's gonna happen on Raw? Are they facing each other on Raw?
yeah. I think they advertised it on the last one I saw. So I was like,
And
okay, yo, Michael. The way
talk
Michael
about,
Cole said
talk about
Baltimore,
it this Monday, right?
yeah, the way Cole said my city, it made me angry because like
Wow.
because that Oba start the show and he said I'm gonna rule against Dom and Dom he tried to have JD come from behind and sneak attack Oba with the chair, but the chair it didn't phase him and he
Yep.
almost destroyed both of them. And Cole was like, "Oh, like Dom, you might not want to come to Baltimore next week."
Yeah,
The
I
way he, I
remember
was
that.
like, "Oh God, Cole, why would you say it like that?" It kind of just made me angry a little bit.
I think it's funny how people are trying to say that Dom is gonna destroy Oba on Monday night.
Yeah. I will not be surprised if Brock Lesnar comes out because he likes Baltimore because he'll come out and do some shit. I will not be surprised. I won't be.
Though, like I said, not to get into the business part, but the only way that he'll do it is if somebody in TKO come up out their pocket because Brockland got so many dates on his contract. And if his dates are already up, then they got to come out their pocket and pay him $20 million just to walk out in F5 Oba once or five
Hey,
times.
hey, this man came out to a live event the night before the Rumble and
I know.
attacked Kane and Braun Strowman for some reason. Oh yeah, because they had a match. But he came out there and attacked both of them, and I didn't expect that. So, yeah. So
I,
I can see
Brock was
that.
supposed to be here. That's one reason why I went to the show, and he
So,
wasn't on the show.
so, but
I mean,
yeah.
I went to a dynamite the night before Thanksgiving a few years ago, and it was supposed to be here, and I was going to go, but the tickets were more expensive.
Because it was the holidays. They want to get a
Uh,
holiday. They wanted a holiday bonus.
because it was a smaller arena, so they had to up the ticket price.
Mm. Yeah, they coming out here in August, and they've been hyping the fuck out of that. Every ad I've been seeing is just them.
AEW can't afford to fight Sir Forum.
Yeah, they're not downtown either. In our area, they are in the community college in Catonsville, which is very
Yeah,
far. Which is like on the other side of town. So like, goddamn, there's a whole Diddy bar. But ooh, anyway, we forgot to get the biggest upset of the week. Kane Vaughn, Javon Evans. He beat Seth Rollins, Ricky Saints, and tall ass Tonga to get the W and go to the semifinals. And
the
he's going to
O-
verse main event Jay Uso. No, yeah. And he gonna beat main event Jay Uso.
let's hope. And Jay Uso can stick that yeet up his ass sideways.
All right. I guess the last thing I'll say about SmackDown is Ricky Saints and Mello. They're gonna have a no one contenders match next week too.
For what? For what belt?
for the U.S. title because they keep fighting over Trick Williams. Like I'm the nigga that want to take the title from him, and they keep
Man,
having that. They
first of
keep
all, Rick Saints is just like Edge said, just a vanilla version of The Rock.
having the hand pose. I don't like this.
Second of all they need to do is have a triple threat and have Trick beat both of them.
I know that will simplify things, but no, they want to do 1v1s.
What they're gonna do is they're gonna have the 1v1 match and have the other one come out and DQ them, and then they're gonna have
A 3-way.
and then they're gonna have the three way. Then they're gonna have Lil Yachty come out and tear them both up.
Yeah, yeah. Shotty Yachty, man, he be with Trick. He be with Trick every week down there. He was on this week too. So
I swear he would trick, like you said, he would trick every week. It seemed
as a
like
new manager, as a new manager. So I'm with it. I got a problem with it together.
I ain't got no problem with Yachty being out there. The only
Yeah, he
problem
does a job.
I had, the only problem I had with the gimmick with him and Trick and Zayn was the whole gingerbread thing because I mean I think they took that thing a little bit too far with the
Sure.
whole gingerbread. I mean the gingerbread thing was cool, but the funeral
The
that was
funeral
taking it a
was
little
out.
far.
The funeral was outrageously
I mean,
just.
I mean, I mean, the gingerbread man coming back to life with Yachty in the suit. That was kind of funny. That was kind of dope. But the whole funeral thing was a little crazy.
They went all out for the gingerbread.
I know, right?
Had him all these iconic moments, like bro, like really, like are you serious? Man? This is
Mhm. And they had all this they had all this like slow funeral type dying type music or whatever all the time. And then Sammy was tripping, talking about how Trick be taking, talk about how Trick be taking care of his money, but how he go out spending all this money for everything he spent for the casket and whatnot.
all right.
Like it matters how much he spent be, to Sammy. None of
I look
Sammy
fly for you
shouldn't
die.
care.
So yeah, I look fly for you die. That's how it feels. All right, let's go. Let's go to the big pay view that or big event that captured the American and wrestling world the
Okay,
last week or so. Because I had the longest hangover last week, so that's why I couldn't go last week. But
man, you
we
don't
had
want to advertise that.
yeah, I don't advertise that, but I didn't. But it's what happened. The Noche de los Grandes was a 2-night special. One night had 4 matches. The other night had 2 matches. The most infamous one of those matches was the battle of the Mass versus Mass. Who is the real El Grande Americano? They've been hyping this thing up for months and
You should
weeks.
you should have gone through the card because there are some title changes too.
I'm getting to there, yo, sorry. That's the main event, but we had a lot of other juicy nuggets. Yeah, a lot of title changes. A lot of title changes. We had a
Yeah.
lot of
The
that.
first match, the first match of night one, there was a title change.
This
Because
match was
the match versus Jack was the main event of night one.
so we had Laredo Kid versus Ray Phoenix for the AAA Cruiserweight Championship. And Laredo Kid, he's been chained for over a year. They said 500 some odd days. But Ray Phoenix, he gets the victory with the Mexican destroyer or Mexican driver of his and wins the championship. It's very good lucha stuff.
About time.
So I'll give it $3.50. Because very good.
I give it 350. It's worth 350.
I give it a good one. Next, we had Dr. Wagner, El Hijo Dr. Wagner Jr. Defect Hijo, whatever. Anyway, the son of Dr. Wagner, damn it. The junior. Probably the second. I'm thinking the second, maybe the third, whatever. Anyway, he versus Vikingo for the AAA Latin American title. For some reason, I know Omos is with I know Omos is with Vikingo, and he had his manager too. I forget his name. I forget his manager name. But where did the mini
Uh,
Vikingo come from? When did that come around?
what happened?
There's a mini Vikingo. I think he came out during this one.
I didn't see no mini Vikingo, but you're right. There has been one around for a minute.
Yeah. So that's what I was curious about. When did that come around? Because that was I never repeated it. Because I remember it was Vikingo, but then it's my mini Vikingo. I'm like, huh? Wait, how the dude is already not as tall as it already is. And how can there be a mini version of him who's not that much shorter, taller than him? Well, not that tall than him, thing. Or not few inches shorter than him. Whatever. But thanks to the big fella, Vikingo is a new AAA Latin American champion thanks to his 630 finisher. I don't know how he spins that
That
fast.
630 is dope.
I don't know how you spin that fast and that
Yo,
compact.
my finisher is only the 450. I can't do no 630.
He like a mini Beyblade when he spins like that. So
You lucky my fat ass can do the 450. The hell with the 630. I only know one other man that can do the 630.
Ricochet and then probably Osprey and that's probably it. And then
There
some
was
other.
one dude. There was one dude in a promotion that didn't last very long. I think it was Wrestling Society X.
Oh, that was on MTV. I think I heard that.
Yeah, yeah. I think he was in that promotion. I can't remember. It was so long ago.
Shazam. And like he did the 630. He did. Oh,
That shit just drives me nuts when I hear people be doing moves like the 630. You know how fast you gotta spin to do the 630, dude?
yeah. And you gotta keep your legs together too. You got
Yep,
everything tight. You gotta keep everything tight tucked in.
yep.
So, yeah. So I give this one. I give this one $3.40. We'll give you that. I get that. I didn't really write down the
I'll give
numbers.
I'll go and I'll give him a dime more at 350.
All right. I didn't expect the money ones, but anyway, and the next one, the AAA Tag Titles. You had Psycho and Pagano versus the War Raiders, the Viking Raiders, who now are in since Owafemi yeeted their asses to AAA. They have been doing their thing down here. And thank you, Owafemi, for yeeting it down to AAA because now they're the new AAA Tag Team Champions. I
You
didn't
shut up
expect
with the
that.
word yeet.
No, like no, I mean yearly. We like remember you threw him in the match. He had the handicap match. He just squashed him and he threw their asses. That's what I mean by that. You know, he did throw them. Shot put him. You know, so like, yeah, shout out to the Warriors. At least they revived themselves.
Yeah, it's
Do
about
something
damn.
different.
Man, I remember how good they were on the Indies and then Ring of Honor, and then they just
Yeah,
jobbers in WWE.
yeah. That's how I remember. They was war machine. They used to go ham. I was like, good God, they.
And I couldn't believe when I heard the name changes in WWE. how the old man changed their name to the War Raiders, and then it was the Viking Raiders, and then the next week it went back
Viking
to the War Raiders,
experience.
and
I
then
remember
he
there was the Viking experience. Yeah. Why would they call that? They didn't need to be called the Viking experience.
nope.
Uh, yeah, aggressive boys. Very impactful. So we'll get this one $3.50. No, we'll do that. We'll get that.
All right,
So
I could do that.
so
Paul Goldschmidt comes up in the clutch and goes in the ninth for a 2-run homer,
that's
and
good for him.
now they lead the Blue Jays 3-1 in the ninth inning.
Well, good for them. Whatever. All
I
right,
can
the
hear
last
the game real quick.
of night one was the Battle of El Grande Americana. Who is the real El Grande? Mask versus Mask. And they had the whole. They had this match was so iconic that they had the whole. This was taken as a joke originally, because and it was looked at as a joke. But then when they got down here in Mexico, it became really serious and really personal. And they got real personal once Andrea El Grande's girlfriend, the slim version, his girl was got fired. And that's when things really popped off. And that's when they started fighting everywhere. So and it led to this match right here. And the El
Match,
Grande Chad, he was booed like a motherfucker. Evilly hated.
the match was one of the best matches that people have seen in a while, and I got to say that watching night one of that show, I haven't seen night two yet. Hope it's still up and not edited, but I have to say that watching night one, first time in a long time that I have sat and watched the rest, and I have actually damn TV.
Yeah. I'll say that this is the first match in a long time where I didn't even watch the first part of the show. I watched it. I was waiting for when it was coming. I ain't never had anticipation for a match like that in a while. I'll say that because I didn't watch it live. Whenever when the people was talking about in the chat, say yo the match about to start. That's when I turned to it. So and
I actually watched the match twice. I watched it on the actual show, and I watched it after Raw because it was
yeah, I
on
did
after
too.
Raw.
Yeah, it was at the Raw too. That's how great this match was. It came after Raw. I was
Yeah, and
waiting.
they don't never do that, dude. They
I'll
don't
never do
never
it.
do that.
That's rare as hell. They had everything: the drama, the blood, the senorita
Yeah,
coming out to
yeah,
motivate his mates,
too.
his
It's
mates,
good storytelling.
everything. His mate El Grande's mates flying everywhere. I, re- I heard on the Spanish broadcast they said, "Thank you, Undertaker."
That
I
was
heard
nuts.
that. Yeah, that was insane.
And I
And
have to say, Chad's and not me, Chad Gable's face face promo after the match, I
yeah,
thought was dope. I thought it was heartful. I thought it was meaningful. It was inspirational. It was dope as hell.
yeah, it was nice. It had him and his family too. And I saw that when he got unmasked, his kid he unmasked too. So I was like, yo,
Uh,
that was
I saw
yeah,
that.
yeah. So I was like, that was a really great match, excellent. And I
Yep.
hope Gable he really cap pushes his momentum because everything he gives him, he tries to do his best, and he really turned a gimmick that was looked at as a joke and turned to something that became a
Well,
WrestleMania moment and
other
talking to
everyone thought that the other Grande was going to unmask it. Going to be somebody else,
yeah.
and that somebody else was the person who got in trouble last weekend or the weekend before, and that didn't happen. Or that El Grande was not unmasked. It was Gable.
You think it would have been the other way around if the rest didn't occur? Is that what you think? I think it would have too, because that's what I would have thought.
I honestly think that if the arrest didn't occur, if Gunther didn't bail out the other El Grande Americano, then I think that Gable would have stayed mad, and the other El Grande would have been unmasked. Even though they say that he's really embraced this gimmick and he's done really well with it, I still think that he would have been unmasked.
Hmm, let's see that. But now you got the baby face. He's probably the biggest baby face in Triple A since probably El Santo. So he's loved and revered, and the Mexican people embraced him. He was getting love after the match. He jumped in the crowd and they was giving all big hugs and everything. So
Uh,
yeah, man. So shout out
You could
both of them, man.
you could probably expect him to have a big match at Triple Mania.
I think he should be the one that take the one title from Dom. If that's
Yep.
why the only one I can really
I
convince to
think
take that title.
I think he should take the mega title from Dom for sure.
Yeah, that's the one I can see taking that one next, definitely. Well, I get
And
this one $5, of course,
yeah,
with a
yeah,
tip. With a $10 tip,
yeah. I
you
give
get
it
that.
$5 with the same with a $10 tip
You get a tip.
plus
It's,
tax.
there you go, and tax. Yeah, because we had to convert it
That's
from
the I've ever
you had to
seen.
convert it from pesos. You had to convert it to pesos. That's why conversion. That's why conversion. It's kind of fucked up, but it's what it is. Do you want me to talk about night two, or do you want to see what it
You can
was?
talk about night two. I'll probably forget it by the time I watch it anyway.
Okay. Okay. All right. So this one was a
There's
fatal
only two
five.
matches on night two, right?
Yeah, there's only two. So they had
Or
two, which was fatal five-way number contendership for the cruiserweight, the Triple A cruiserweight title, which had Lince Dorado, Joaquin Wild, Raul Mendoza, Mini Vikingo, and Octagon Jr. Very freaking high pace.
God, I haven't heard that name in years, dude. Octagon Junior. Oh my God.
Yeah, very high pace match.
I bet it was.
Somehow, yeah, Joaquin's hair was very extra poofy, and he was really healing it up in this one. He almost pinned his
Whose
boy
was?
too. Want to do some LWO Joaquin Wild. Yeah, he was really healing it up in this one. He was really hairspraying everything.
It's crazy.
So, but the winner of this one was Lince Dorado. He's now the new number contender, and good for him. Okay, good for him. He still got a job. We'll get this one $3 because it was very high pass. So,
Wait a
and the
minute.
last, yeah, yeah.
Lindsay
What's that?
Dorado is supposed to be Mascot Dorado in AEW. Could he be doing double duty?
Ah,
That'd be funny.
yeah, that must be. It might be your cousin, man. That's probably your twin. So I don't know, man. And the main event, this one, there was only two matches, which was Lola Vice, Bailey, and La Carolina versus Las Toxias, Lady Flamer, La Hydra, and I forget the last girl's name. I didn't write it down. But I wrote Toxicas. There was a hella ass in this match, and that was a beautiful way to end the show. It was a beautiful way to end the show. So, but La Catalina, she pinned the champion, Lady Flammer. So the baby faces went on smoothly, and everybody dancing had a good funky time. And I get this one
Was Bailey
$4.
mad that the other girl that the Catalina chick pinned the champ?
No, La Catalina is not a champ. Lady Flammer, she's the
No,
reigning
I know. I'm
champion.
saying, but was Bailey mad that that girl pinned the champ?
No. She was happy. She was all giddy and all Latinified. So yeah. So no, there was no animosity. It ain't like Lyra. So all in all, I like this event. This is a nice little event. I'll probably check out Triple A a little bit more every once in a while. So
Apparently, it's on every Saturday night on YouTube. I'm gonna start watching it too.
yeah, and it's only an hour, so I'm like, okay, an hour.
Yeah,
Well,
it's only an
40 minutes.
hour, and I can put YouTube on my TV.
Yeah, you can do the conversion stuff. All right, let's go to AEW real quick and move over there because they've had a lot of things going down. Kevin Knight has joined the Don Callis family.
Time to have a funeral for that motherfucker.
How you know? And he really wants the AEW World Championship. But Andrade, he's been telling Don, I've been wanting this one for months. And I think Andrade might be the next face out of the Don Callis family. Because he looked him dead in his eyes and said, I will do it for you. I have a feeling he's going to screw him.
But see, the problem is everybody in the Don Callis family. From the last time I watched AEW, everybody that says they want the title, they end up out the family. It don't matter who it is, whether it's Takashita, it could be Okada, it could be Andrade, it don't matter. It could be Mark Davis, it don't matter. It seems like everybody in that damn stupid family that say they want out, they want the title, they end up staying or they end up out the family. Now they're not gonna boot out Kevin Knight right away because he just joined.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it makes sense. But yeah, they really trying to keep a lot of promises. They got a lot of people. It's like a football team or a basketball team. They got like a whole roster.
I mean, okay, so they got rid of Takeshita and they replaced him with Kevin Knight, so they still got like 13 or 14 people in
Yeah.
that.
So we have, and then we have like three that don't even show up, like Wardlow. I think he probably the only one that's left. They had like 8 guys when on the
Wardlow's not
back of
even
the
in, Wardlow's not even in AEW, dude.
They have him there on the active roster that he's there. They have him on the Don Callis family listed as one of the members. So
That's
I
crazy.
don't know.
'Cause last time I knew he wasn't even signed.
I don't know. Like, this was like a while back when I looked back at this. So it probably did change, but I remember that he's part of that little family. Hey, they deep as hell. So all right, we'll just get to this one because they had their summer blockbuster. Tommaso Ciampa, he really hates Chris Jericho. It's because he has hair. He's young. He's got a rock band, and he came back the same time he did, and no one gave a damn when he came back, but they loved it when Jericho came back. So he's a hater. And who
No,
the
no,
fuck this?
he came back or won the TNT title. That's why they took it off him because he couldn't get over.
Yeah, because you weren't psycho enough, as you say you are. You psycho killer that's
Yep,
attempter. You gotta show your psychotic side.
exactly.
So and what you show that, then maybe you might get somewhere.
Maybe you might see somebody that gives a shit, but for
I
now,
hope
nobody does, and nobody can pronounce your name right either.
Champa, Champa,
Champa.
Champa. Chopper.
I know
I'm
Chopper.
chopping down a steak.
And he worked for a few promoters around here from Milwaukee.
Siampa. I know somebody called that. I know someone called that by
I know a few people that call him that.
Siampa. Ew. I know you felt like, ew, what the hell? I'd be disgusted if I heard that like that. Ew. But yeah. So Forbidden Doors coming around. And we've had AEW and New Japan and all the other small promotions. But Zack
Oh,
Sabre Jr.
now they got to be small promotions.
Well, CMLL and I know they got like other people as part involved, like Noah and all the other affiliates, Stardom and affiliates. Because they
No,
don't
not
really
I mean the.
they'll work with them, but they use some of their
All
talent in
right, now
exchange for
you want to hear a big rumor that I saw last night that I read?
what?
Do you remember the deal that the New Day took
Yeah,
when they left the WWE?
yeah, because they were getting a pay cut, right?
Yep. Randy Orton's going to take the same deal and go to AEW.
Hmm.
That's
I
what I read
remember.
last night.
I remember in 2019 when his contract was coming up, AEW starting to come around, and Randy Orton was become a free agent, and it seems like
Speaking of
he used him as a bargaining chip because he got a lot of money on that last deal. So he
speaking
might use
of
that. He might use that as a bargaining chip again. Mm.
speaking of Punk is starting to smooth over his burnt bridges with Tony and and the idiots, so he might go back to AEW because, well, for a lot of reasons. But if you remember correctly, business was booming with Punk there,
Yeah,
and now Punk is gone and business ain't booming. And now Punk got Omega on his side,
yeah. They should have
and
capitalized off of that moment, honestly.
and they tried, but it was Brian Danielson that with the final vote. They had an independent committee that heard what happened, and and apparently there it was a 3-person committee, and the final vote
It was the fickle
o-
man.
of whether he stayed or left was Brian Danielson, and he voted for Punk to leave.
Nah.
So
Yeah, even still, when he came back, they should have kind of played to the angle of the Bucks and Kenny having beef, and then they could have brought in FTR and or like because he
well,
had to pull him up.
they could have done a
Real
lot of
six
things,
man,
dude.
you know. So maybe they could still kind of do that if it could work out in the future.
Well,
Like possibly so, because that's something
and
that could be a new match.
and WWE they didn't capitalize on a match they had for 3 years, which was Punk and Cody. That's a money match right there. I've been saying that shit for a year and a half.
Yeah, that's why they haven't really done that. They really teased it a couple times,
I
but they haven't
mean,
really pulled the
they
trigger.
teased it on the Monday after Raw, and then Punk has been gone, supposedly being quote unquote punished for that pipe bomb.
Yeah, what? Yeah, the pipe bomb on TKO, that one,
Yeah, and
that
Pat
one.
McAfee.
Oh, and Pat, I forgot Pat. I forgot he was even in that bit. But
Don't
yeah,
nobody care about Pat. I'm glad he's gone from WWE.
yeah. Thank you. Good job, Cody. You did something good. You got Pat McAfee out of there. You got that. You punted him out of there. That's what he is. He's a punter
Yep.
anyway. Out of here. I've heard of him more as a punter here than I had him as a punter when he was in NFL. That says a lot. Yo, so But anyway, for back to Forbidden Door, if we on that side tangent, Zack Sabre Jr. is calling out Kenny Omega, and they're gonna have a match at Forbidden Door.
I
So
heard about that, but
yeah,
I saw a
it's real.
poster that said
Yeah.
Saber that Zach was gonna wrestle Okada. So I'm
Well,
confused.
well, he did it on the show. He did it on Dynamite. He's like, yeah, I call you out, Kenny Omega. Let's see if you still have it. You see if you're still the best in the world, because I'm the best in the world. And that's
Zach was at Dynamite and he called him out.
it was a video package.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it was that big package. So
I knew he wouldn't fly his ass over to the U.S. and be on Dynamite
hell
Live.
no. Hell no. He ain't flying no freaking they ain't flying no Cincinnati.
He said Cincinnati.
He ain't flying over there. That's where the Crimson Chain used to run that city. You know that.
That's where John Moxley's from, and
Yeah.
Renee. That's where they live.
Oh really? I thought they lived in
Good, good old
I thought they
husband
lived
and
in
wife.
oh good. Speaking of Moxley, he had a battle against somebody from Cleveland, Shane Taylor. So
Hopefully, he whooped that ass.
I had to see the Browns versus the Bengals in wrestling. I never thought I had to see that vision.
For
There
real,
you
that's a bad vision, especially with Flacco as quarterback.
go. Yeah, this version of Flacco. Yes.
You got Flacco. You got Flacco and what's his nuts? I forgot his name.
Talking about Joe Burrow or Jake Browning.
Yeah,
Oh man.
no, Joe Burrow. Who's Joe Burrow's the quarterback now, not Jake.
Yeah, Joe Burrow. Yeah, Joe
Yeah,
Burrow.
Joe Flacco and and Joe.
Damn, he just went out. I don't know that. Anyway, this is a apparently this was a Continental title match. I didn't feel like a vibe of that. But Mox beat Shane Taylor, and after the match, his crew they come out and bank Moxley, and they got Garcia, and the ladies took care of Marita Shafir. So it seemed like they're trying to move Shane Taylor promotions up, and I don't mind it because like we need something different. We need some melanation in this roster. They're lacking in it, and we only got Swerve, and I know Mercedes just came back. We need some more melanation. We're missing
Man,
Willow.
that chick just need to bounce.
Man, as long as you can bring up the other ladies on there, we can do something right. The other dudes. Bringing out the BBC is kind of crazy. I don't know how they do that, but that's their own thing. Oh, and just because of that, on Collision tonight, they have a big old 5-man team, tag team Cincinnati street fight, whatever they call it.
You said
So,
Cincinnati. Why
yeah,
they got a street fight and who's in it?
I think Mox, Marina, I think Garcia, Yuta, and Claudio, and then
Oh, it's the white
like
people white T-shirt club.
yeah, the White Tee Combat Club and the
I almost called it the white
Shane
people club.
well, they all white, so I mean, we'll be far off from it. So you won't be far from it. But yeah, that's them, and then Shane Taylor Promotions, whatever.
Man,
Huge and Trisha
most of
Dora.
they no girl, do they?
Yeah, Trisha Dora, and then they got another tall girl. I forget her name. Something Storm. I forget her last name. But
Not
she's
Tony.
tall. No, not Tony Storm. No, it definitely ain't no Tony time. We would know if it was Tony time. But we would definitely know that for sure. But anyway. But yeah, but I don't mind them bringing us some new fashions because we need some melanation on this roster because it's a little bit too bland. I mean, too pasty. So anyway,
Too pasty.
uh,
It's so
yeah,
pasty. It look like Casper the Ghost.
yes, just like Chet Holmgren, just like Chet.
Ew.
Anyway, speaking of melanation, Kevin Knight, he came out of Don Callis and he's calling out MJF. But Darby came from behind and attacked Kevin Knight with a skateboard, and he got the hell out that building because the Don Callis family members were all running out, and he got out of the building. He was out the door.
Who, Darby?
Yeah, he was out. He was gone.
Yo, I
They
gotta
were
get
hyping.
caught up in the next 2 weeks because that's when Forbidden Door is.
Yeah, you gotta catch up. So yeah, that he's out.
I honestly don't know how people like Keith watch all that wrestling and still keep up with his job because that's a lot of wrestling to watch. With that, and he watches that garbage I don't watch TNA, and he
Well,
watches.
I got a lot to say about TNA.
Oh man, you gonna put me to sleep then?
No, you're gonna like some a little bit what TNA doing. You're gonna like a little bit. I'm gonna sweeten the pot up for you.
All
You
right.
can- Um, so Mark Briscoe, he's trying to go for this world title, and
Yeah, I heard about that.
He beat Pac on this episode, and he called out MJF to want the world title again. Before this match, he went to Tony Khan and he had a deal. He said, "Yo, let me do a 6-on-6 tag match in a steel cage, and if our team wins, I get a title shot. And if X wins, he doesn't get it. So
Man,
they
just
can't
call it blood and guts and call it a day.
fancy version of that. And this is going to be the main event of Forbidden Door. Oh wow.
So who's gonna be in it then? And it's gonna be a dumb main event because ain't nobody from any other promotion gonna be in it because somebody told me it was gonna be Briscoe's crew
Yeah,
against
conglomeration.
MJF and members of the Don Callis family.
He paid a little extra money for the Don Callis family, as he always does. But at least Kevin Knight brokered a deal to get the title shot. If they win, I get a title shot. So I'm glad he organized that deal. Smart man. And Andrade was like, "Done. I told you I was next. What about my shot?" And
Somebody about Andrade, especially because he was married to Seabiscuit.
how you know? How you know? How you know? That's his thing.
How
How you know?
how I know he was married to Seabiscuit?
How you know? Yeah, how you know?
It's
Yeah, how you know?
very simple to look up.
How you know?
I
That's
just,
his thing. That's his thing now. How you know? He was just saying that. How you know? Like, how you know? Yeah, and he beat Orange Cassidy, and Andrade is a stripper. He's a stripper. That's what he is now. He be when he took his pants off, and the men and women were going crazy. I'm like, whoa, why y'all? And then yeah, and the Orange Cassidy, he had some. Apparently, he had rip away pants, and he ripped his pants off, but he still had another pair of jeans underneath. I was like, wow. And then Andrade, he get his picture with the Mamacitas, but Leo Rush comes out of nowhere with Orange Cassidy and takes the girl's phone and gets selfies with Orange and Andrade. This is a weird moment. I don't know what the hell happened to Leo Rush. I don't know what happened
I
to
mean,
him.
I mean, everybody wondered why he in the character he did, and all I read one day was he came up with this idea, or he's had this character before, and Tony Khan and pitched it, and Tony was like, okay, we'll try it, and apparently he he was okay with it.
Yeah, I remember this Blackheart character. I remember when I went to New Japan show, he brought out Mill the Match, even though he still lost. But he brought out Mill the Match, and people
Yeah,
went crazy. I was like, what the hell is this?
I've only been to one New Japan show. Hopefully, I'll be able to go to another one next month. If I can.
I don't know if they're ever coming back to Maryland. They definitely not coming to Baltimore. I had to go to DC for that one.
It's the first time that as far as I know, it's the first time that New Japan has brought any part of the G1 to America, and it's only for one show.
Oh, where in Chicago?
Yeah, the
Oh wow, I
G1
really looked. That was a
July
guess.
11th, and then apparently they're out and they going back and after the show. I
That
thought
was
they
a real
might.
guess. Wow, I thought that was a real serious guess. I was just bluffing. I was BSing. That was a guess.
No, they in Chicago.
Cause they always go to Chicago. They don't. They either go to New York or Chicago, and then maybe LA. And those are probably three they
Washington.
really go to. Those are main. Those are main places they really go to in America.
Well, they go to
They'll
LA.
slip around other places.
They
They'll
go to
go to
LA
other
because they got a
places.
dojo there and they can do the shows for free.
Yeah, LA. Well, you said LA, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, LA. Yeah, that's what I said. I said LA. I said they be in Chicago, New York, or LA. One of those three places.
yeah. They go to LA because they have their own building there. They don't got to pay for one, but they do anyway sometimes.
That's why they down the valley and all that stuff.
Yeah,
All
those
right.
are bad shows. That's the show I saw with Mercedes was supposed to win the title
She
and
broke her ankle.
she broke her ankle, so Willow had to
Get the W.
for it.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh, you was at that show. Huh. All right. That was nice. Okay. So yeah, we got that. All right. We're going to the Owen Hart tournament for this one. And this probably gonna be the end of the Dynamite selection.
Oh
For the
God.
for the women's side, the wild card. You know who the wild card was. Mercedes Monet. She's back. And she beat Alex Windsor. Got her out of there. So,
To beat Monet and get her out of there.
but she had to weigh on who's going to be between Persephone and Hazuki. This was on Collision. It was a solid match. But Hazuki gets the W and she advances, and they're going to go at it on Wednesday, this Wednesday on Dynamite. So that'll be the semis. And you know who's going to win that one.
Yeah, Mercedes. So you got the semis on TV, and the finals are going to be on Forbidden Door, right?
Yep.
All right,
Yep. So that's how they do it.
all right.
And on the other side of the bracket, we had Athena. She took on what's her
Ember
face?
Moon,
Or Ember Moon, wherever she loves to be
the
portrayed as.
longest ever Ring of Honor ranking
Forever. The
champion,
forever.
the
The
forever
forever
ranking
ever.
champion.
She defeated. I don't know what I didn't even write it down. But whatever, she's advanced to the semifinals. I don't forget who she even faced, but yeah, she won anyway. So good for her. And she had to wait for a while because it seemed like Sari was going to be in it and she was going to face Sky Blue. But the last second, she pulled out. She couldn't get her too many obligations or whatever. And Maya World was her replacement. So we seen her around a few times get squashed by Megan Bain. Or we see on the pre-show. We ain't never really see her like as a singles girl. But she pulls off the biggest upset in probably AEW history, beating Sky Blue with the most dangerous move in all of wrestling, Chad. The roll up
The roll up.
or the small package. Yes.
Which one's worse, the
That
small package or the headlock takeover?
the small
That's
package.
tough.
I think the small package. The headlock takeover.
No.
There's some impact to that. The roll up, there's not a lot of impact to that. So I give that person. What about you? Headlock or roll up? I say that. But shout out to Sky. Well, shout out to my world, man. Get to the next round. What about you? Roll up or headlock takeover?
I have to
Ooh,
go with the roll up.
very demoralizing. Yeah. Yeah, my word advances, and she will take on Ember Moon. And it's a mentor mentee because I did a little research, and she was trained by Athena, and they're from the same area in Texas. They from the same city, so it's a Texas ass matchup in both of them. And we got full three sisters in the finals. So we have Mercedes and Hazuki, and then Athena versus My World. You know what the finals is gonna be.
Athena. I mean Ember Moon and Sasha Banks.
Right, right. It is. I'm looking forward to it because the first one was really freaking good. The last one, hey, they went at
They
it.
ain't wrestled. They just fought because they disagreed on something in the tag tournament. I thought.
Nah, it was in the Owen Hart last year, the first round. I remember that one.
Oh, all
They
right.
went at,
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't
that one.
remember that.
Yeah, they went
Yeah,
at
they
it.
went
So
at it.
looking for that. So we'll see where that
They
goes
better
with
not
that.
have. Who won last year?
Mercedes won. She gonna
Yeah, I was
repeat.
gonna say they better not have Sasha win again. I'll be pissed.
Oh, you know that probably will happen. Is
No,
either
because they don't try and have the same person win back to back.
hmm, never know. Never know. They might have that. She might have that in her contract. You never know. I want one back to back and repeat trying to
But
win.
see, it don't matter what's in her contract because Martha Hart controls the Owen Hart title, not Mercedes Monet.
But you know her last name, Money, it can speak nicely.
Martha
Can speak
Hart controls that shit, which is why Owen is not in the WWE Hall of Fame.
donations. Donations. We're talking donations. We're not donations.
Not
Donations.
not everybody is Ted DiBiase. Not everything does not have a price for the $1 million man.
Donations. Donations. If they keep donations, they'll
Would
be
you shut
good.
up?
No, I was thinking I was thinking of not to move on for a second. Anyway, all right. For the male side, Will Ospreay. We know he beat Smo Joe. Mark Davis, he had beat Jack Perry, and they met up last week in the main event. And a lot of madness happened, but Will
But well,
Ospreay pulled out the win, and he's in the finals. So he's in. And on the other side of the bracket, we had Brody King versus Claudio. Brody King won that. We had Swerve versus Bad Deal. That was at the pay-per-view. Swerve won that. So they met again tonight in the main event. And Swerve bloodies Brody again and beats him down. And he did a mean house call to the back of the head and knocked the shit out of him. And Swerve wins. And we have a rematch from Forbidden Door 2 years ago with Swerve and Osprey. But flipped around, because Swerve is a heel. This feels predictable, like they really want to put Osprey over. But I really want Swerve to win because we need heel. But they're gonna want Osprey in his home country. And
they
it's
gotta put Osprey over at his home country. They're not gonna put Swerve over there.
yeah, mate. Yeah, mate. They're gonna put him over. And we're gonna have the good old bloody American versus the good old the blatant Brit. So yeah.
So yeah,
Are you gonna cheer for America or you cheer for Britain
win.
when this match happens, the world title, Team MJF and Osprey? Are you cheering for America or are you cheering for Great Britain or the UK?
Osprey.
Oh, you unloyal Yankee. All right.
Man, MJF needs to lose that belt and stay away from it.
Oh, he just got the Triple B back. He's put it back on, man. But hey, man, they do
So
got
left it
five.
on Darby.
Oh, well, he didn't want that hair. He couldn't get his hair cut because he paid money for that hair that he got on top of his head. He can't.
I don't give a
He can't.
fuck.
He he got that transplant. He with the already. He with the turkey. He got the transplant. Man, that's why he got a nice little hair like that. I'm
I
like, damn.
don't care.
He's like, I'm not cutting my hair for this money I pay for this freaking hair. I'm not doing that. And that's why he's like, nah, Darby, you gotta get that title back. All right, you ready to take a little nap? I know you want. We're gonna talk a little TNA real quick. You want to take a
All
nap
right,
now?
wake me up when you're done.
All right. This one, the last couple weeks of TNA been a little weird because he had Mr. Elegance pin the women's champion, and that was kind of odd. And then this week, Mr. Elegance he pinned Elijah in 20 seconds, or Elias. That really confused me. But also, Elias he's also getting sued by Mr. AJ Francis, AJ Franchitti. So the black man is on the white man. He got cease to desist. But hey, and then Xia Li came out and tried to beat her ass, but they all fought together against each other as well. So why am I getting off the subject? I should have started the show. Mike Santana defending the world title was Eric Young, and honestly, the ref was more jacked than both these guys in this match, which is weird. But and then he took a ref bump, but the ref bump wasn't even that impactful where he was like dead for a few minutes, but he came back to life. At the end, Ricky Sosa came back and distracted Eric Young and won the match with the roll up. So what was the point of the ref bump? Just to feel something? He wanted to feel the bounce again. Anyway, whatever. Um, Ali said something about Case Navarro's uncle. He's like, "You're gonna lose just like he did." And I was like, "Damn, you gotta get him, Casey. We'll see if he can do that."
Oh
Cedric
shit!
and Cedric and Eddie Edwards defeated Fabian Eichner and Leon Slater. This is a random match, but the
And they
system,
be they be putting on random matches like TK do.
yeah, this is like a random tag generator they mustered up and threw it up. But the system was banking the two guys at the match. But Moose, he's clear from injury. He came back, and I figured they was going to bank Moose, but they just ran away like scalded dogs. All four of
All
them.
right, Jr.
Yeah, we're not like they was all four. They was all four, and I'm like, you could have just fought, but they didn't want to. They didn't feel like exerting energy, I guess. And Slamversary is coming up, and there's a lot of going on that day, and I'll get to that in a second. All right, the Righteous they beat the Hardys last week in like a Wicked Garden match where all the ring and all that stuff was surrounded in thorns. It's like barbed wire, but instead of
About
barbed wire,
40 minutes,
thorn. It's
30
thorn.
minutes.
So
All right.
yeah, and they beat the Hardys, shot the shit out of me, and they had the lilies pushing his mouth and had Hardy
Oh
foaming at
no,
the mouth and all that stuff. It was all crazy
hope
nasty.
about it.
Yeah. But anyway, they celebrating their win. They said they want the tag titles next week. But Santino comes out and say,
Always
"Yo,
get shit into the straight.
you're getting a tag title match at the Slammiversary against the Hard Boys and the System. They're gonna fight in a trios ladder match for the
I didn't
tag
say
titles."
no. I said I had time left.
So, oh, I forgot. Santino called Elena Black Hyena Black. And I just thought that was a wild statement. Um, the Elegance brand versus Rosemary, Alley, and Mara Sade. Miss Elegance tripped Sade, and I really want to stab him with my pen over here consensually, but no. But but Allie and Rosemary won. Allie pinned won the girls, the Heather girl from the Elegance brand, and they also this is the I forgot this is the weirdest match ever. So they had Rosemary had a voodoo doll of Dana Brooke,
I heard about that.
and she was controlling and doing, and they was doing the little controlling the voodoo stuff. Had her doing the Mara Sade dance, had her doing weird stuff. I was like, "Am I high?" I even smoked, but I didn't smoke during this match. I promise I didn't, but I thought I was tripping. But that was actually what happened. And at the end, they got the heels got it, and when Sade popped the concierge, the doll fell too, and she was knocked out too. I was like, what am I watching? But Allie got the win for the
I don't
team.
watch.
Yeah, but Allie got the win for the team. So at least it solved their problems. And for that pin, they got a shot at tag titles at Slammiversary. So good
Oh,
job.
good job.
And then the main event, Mufasa Ali versus
You said Mufasa.
Casey Navarro. Casey put up a nice fight, but you couldn't defend the honor of your uncle. And Mufasa retains.
Yeah,
Luckily,
Yamamoto is 6 outs away from finishing a perfect game.
luckily for him, Mike Santana and what's his face, Dolph Ziggler came to save the day.
Huh?
And
Yeah,
in that, Dolph Ziggler turned on
yeah.
Nick Nemeth,
And scoop in a roll.
Mike Santana,
Thank you. How can you afford dinner but you couldn't afford breakfast?
and
Oh, all
he
right.
called his shot. Nick Nemeth called his shot.
Say again.
He got a gauntlet, and he's got that trophy, that big trophy. And he's cashing it
All
at
right.
Slammiversary for the title. Ooh.
Thank you.
So let's see. So I
Uh,
guess the main event of Slammiversary is Nick Nemeth and Mike Santana.
I might order the pay per view. I can't believe I just said that. Wait, I can't even order the pay per view. I forgot.
I say, wait, what? You say you gonna order for what? You gonna order TNA? You're going to order TNA for Dolph Ziggler and Mike
I can't
Santana?
even order the pay per view, dude. I keep forgetting I got the freaking the streaming box, and you can't. I can't get pay per view on the streaming box. I don't know why, but I can't.
That's weird.
Yeah,
That's very weird. I either thought you would think that you had that kind
I
of
can't get no
capability.
pay per views, dude. I might be able. I might be able to get it through Prime. I know I can get AEW through Prime. AEW pay per views be costing me $10 more than if I got it through HBO Max, though.
Yeah, they got those.
If I ordered Double or Nothing through HBO Max, it cost me $40, 39.99. If I got it through Prime, it cost me. You remember when I asked you, would you pay $50 for a pay per view,
Yeah,
or would I ask
I've
the
done it a
group?
couple times. I've
It
done it a
it,
couple times.
it
Yeah,
was it was the Double or Nothing pay per view.
yeah, and you pay that.
No, I didn't watch that pay per view. My son is gonna watch the TNA pay per view, so he's gonna be using the Fire Stick so he can watch it. Unless I get him to bring it over here so we both can watch it.
Yeah, I found that one, but Yeah, TNA. It was a little bit better than that last one, because the last week was kind of just. Ugh. Oh, we have on pay view. We have three pay views on Sunday. We have Forbidden Door AEW, Slammiversary, and NXT Great American Bash, which is going to be
Wait,
on the
they're all on the
CW.
same Sunday? I knew NXT and Forbidden
Yeah,
Door were on the same Sunday.
yeah, and Slammiversary.
Anniversary is on
All.
the
Yep,
same Sunday.
yep, all three of them. Yo, the CW is on. The CW is hosting NXT. I thought we'd just be on the app, but it's on the CW channel, like regular TV.
But
Like we'll be on NXT.
what NXT is on regular TV. It's not a pay
Yeah,
per view.
yeah, it's on. It'll be on CW, but on Sunday night, like 7 o'clock. It'll be.
Nobody will give a fuck about that because
I
they
was
can.
surprised. I thought it was
You
gonna be
could
on the
just
app. That's what I heard. But it's gonna be on
no.
television.
I heard. Well, I heard. All I heard was that the NXT was going to be on. It was going to be on pay per view on Sunday night, which means it was going to go head to head with Forbidden Door.
Well, it's gonna go head to head with whatever's on Fox on Sunday night, or whatever on the local channel. It's gonna be on your local television affiliates channel, whatever
So
54 is.
I mean, so basically, like I could DVR NXT if I wanted to, and I could just watch Forbidden
Yeah,
Door.
yeah, you can DVR. Yeah,
Sean,
basically.
it's stupid. WWE is stupid. They want to make it. They want to make a dumbass announcement talking about
Yeah,
Forbidden Door or NXT Great American Bash is going to go head to head with Forbidden Door, but but NXT is on regular TV and Slammiversary and Forbidden Door is on pay per view. All you got to do is DVR NXT and then
yeah,
watch either pay per view.
yeah, basically. So yeah, so they gonna have that. I
I
might as
mean,
well talk NXT after that. So yeah,
it's not rocket science.
so yeah,
If you're an NXT fan and you want to watch Great American Bash, all you have to do is well, DVR one of the DVR NXT Great American Bash and watch one of the pay per views that is on, whether it be TNA, Slammiversary, or AEW Forbidden Door.
yeah. So they have a lot. So a lot's gonna happen that next week. I think Night of Change is that Saturday before, so that's a lot going on this weekend. That weekend, the last week of the
Oh,
month.
WWE that's the last weekend of the month. Night of Champions is that last weekend.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I think
So
so.
we got we got three pay per views and then one TV that's gonna be like a pay per view.
Yeah. Yes.
WWE too cheap to put NXT on pay per view. I don't know why, but if it's a pay per view
Yeah.
quality, then they should put it on pay per view.
Yeah, I would have thought it would have been on the CW app.
You at?
That's why I first heard. I saw that was the first when I first saw it. But then when I was watching NXT on Tuesday, the advertisers gonna be on NXT on CW for the first time ever. I was like, oh, and then it says 7 p.m. And I'm gonna check it in a couple weeks, like in a
Why
week.
would they have it on the app? Why does it matter if they have it on TV or on the app? Is it something?
Maybe they want people to won't buy in because it's a streaming service. I was thinking that. That's the only reason I was thinking it'll be on the CW app.
And the CW app is free though. I thought because
Yeah.
I logged into it. So
Hmm. Accessibility. I don't know. They want to be accessible to anybody and anywhere. I guess. But
hold on a minute.
we have some trades that happened in NXT that broke my heart. Zarya is now the new North American champion. Tatum Paxley was defending the North American title on that day, this past Tuesday. And she got speared out the wazoo. F5 on the floor, F5 in the ring, then got speared and then F5 one more time, and it was a wrap after that one, Jack. It's a wrap, coach. Can't believe it, man. Broke my heart. But it's okay. At least Zaya finally got her first moment. So, um, what happened on this show as well? Axe Frazier, they defeated Norm Dar and Romeo. I'll forget your last name. They got the seal approved that y'all need to be a tag team, and maybe they can be a team. This was a very international matchup. One dude had a Spaniard. It was a team of Spaniard and a British bloke. And if you have your British bloke, you gotta be your Spaniard. So that's how the vibes work. You got that daggone water. Naraku versus Mason Rook, and this is for number one contendership for the NXT title. Cam Hendricks came on during this one randomly and distracted Mason Rook, and Naraku took advantage and won this match with his STO. And he is now the number one contender. And he invited Tony D'Angelo for dinner. Yeah, he invited him on a dinner date. How nice,
Oh,
man.
nice. Is he gonna go?
I don't think he has a choice because if not, I think he might get a shuriken to the dome. And if not, so yeah, so Naraku and Tony D'Angelo for the NXT title. Sounds great. Kendall Gray versus Kaylani Jordan for no contendership for the women's title. I wasn't lying to win, but Kendall Gray won. Still good,
Yeah, I
but
would have wanted Kaylani to win too.
when is she gonna get her no winner title shot? Kendall
I know,
already
right?
had 3 already. This is her third one, and and Kaylani been there a little bit longer. I'm like, yo, I hope this if they're delaying it means she gonna be the one to take it from her. If that's the case, so I'm hoping that's the case. So we'll see. But we have Lola versus Kendall on that pay per view as well, or TV exclusive. Well, we'll do that. Dion Lennox versus Jasper Troy. Lennox won, but I like how Saquon Sugars did this. He had to distract it in the middle of the ring. He's in the middle of the match saying, "You better watch out, watch your back." And then after the match, when Lennox won, he he came back on the screen and said, and his video was cutting out the feed. I was like, "What the hell's going on?" But he came from behind Osiris and attacked his kneecaps and taking his knees out. So and got the advantage on him. So Lennox is by himself. So I guess it's gonna be Sugars and Lennox at the pay-per-view or at the Great American Bash. Let's see how that one goes. Because that seems interesting. All right. I want to tell Chad about this last thing because they had the pageant. And I want to see his face during this moment because
All right, I'm right here. Sorry, my wife was texting me
all
about
right,
my
so,
dumbass brother.
all right. Well, they had a pageant show for Mr. NXT between Shiloh Hill and Tristan Angels, and the they had judges. They had Sharon
Wait,
Stryber.
a pageant show for dudes?
Yeah, yeah, between Shiloh and Angels, and they had the judges. They had Kit Wilson, a Toxic King, of course. They had Aaron Rourke, who was the Evolve champion, and then they brought a comedian, Will, oh, yeah, Will Weather something. Matt Matthews, my bad. Matt Matthews, he's a comedian, but the commonality of the two of these were gay as hell. This was the gayest thing I seen on WWE television since hot lesbian action back in 2003 or whatever.
HLA.
Yeah, HLA or whatever Billy and Chuck were doing with Rico. This is the gayest thing I've seen on WWE television in a long time. So they zoomed in on Tristan's ass because he wore a speedo, and though the two gay guys, they was loving what he was giving out, anything below, and I was like, oh, okay. And he won just because of that. So he won the fashion show. Shiloh Hill, he won the talent contest because he did a Rubik's Cube in a minute, and he was showing his juggling skills. And instead of showing his skills, Tristan, he was being a hater, and he tried to do the Rubik's Cube thing, but he threw that away. And then he tried to juggle, but he failed miserably. And then Shiloh got on a trip. Second was doing the juggling and doing his thing, so he won that one. Then the last one was in the public speaking, and they had do the votes. Kit voted for the Hill Angels. Matthews, he voted for Shiloh Hill. And Aaron Ward, he punked out. He said, we're gonna have the WWE Universe vote for me for the last vote. And I got mad. I'm like, really? You're supposed to be a vote. But the WWE Universe voted for Shiloh Hill, and he won the pageant, and he got his ass beat for it. And you know what I thought in my head in this moment? You know we perfect right now if he took his sash and we have a sash on the pole match, bro. We haven't had one. We haven't had a pole match in a while. I mean, it's right there. You know what I'm saying? I hope he took it home with him. If he didn't, you messed up an idea right there. So yeah. So and that was NXT. And Zarya took the title from freaking Tatum Paxley. And she looked the hell out of that title after she won that thing. Good gravy. She like she was cleaning a plate. So have fun with that,
Poor
sweetheart.
baby.
Oh. All right. We'll go to Japan real quick. They finished their best of the Super Juniors, and the final. So I'll just announce the finalists because they had 8 guys that had 12 points. And Block A was Master Wato, Kosei Fujita, and Francesco Akira. And then for Block B, it was Robbie Eagles, Yo, El Desperado, Taiji Ishimori, and Show. Show what? I don't know.
Show and
What?
Yo, they're a tag team.
What about Hio? What about Yo?
Yo and Show, they're a tag team. You just said Yo's name there in Block B.
But there's also a Hio too. So there's a lot. But anyway, so the top 2 that advanced in the semifinals were Master Wato and Yo. It was A1 and A2 or B2. Clever. And then it was Robbie Eagles and Kosei Fujita in the other semifinals. Yo beat Wato and Fujita beat Robbie Eagles. In the finals, Yo defeated Kosei Fujita and is now the best of the Super Juniors of this year, 2026.
Oh, so the finals already happened. All right.
Yeah, the finals, it was on Monday. God
Okay.
damn. The final was 28 minutes. Fuck. And 1 second over. Jesus Wees.
Maybe they do wrestling clinics in New Japan, dude.
Yeah, I see. They really are pure wrestler. So good for that. Good. So don't they get like a title shot, or he get just a
I don't know what he
trophy?
gets for the best of the Super Juniors. They might get the same thing that the winner of the G1 get. I don't know. I have to look it up. But I miss watching New Japan Pro Wrestling.
They gotta get at least something, man. Because I seen some years they had the big trophies, and I mean the trophies kind of look nice, so I give them that. Kind of look kind of nice.
They
So
might.
they,
Yeah, I don't know.
but whatever. Anyway, they can enjoy that. Um, I would say something about so for I'll say for the last few. What do you think could stand out from do you think them being on big TV? Do you think TNA they've had some releases the last couple weeks with
It,
Steve Macklin and there's a girl Mila Grace. She left too. So last few months TNA they've been losing a lot of talent.
that's only
And then,
two people, dude. That's not a
and
lot
then
of time.
I mean, they've been hearing. I've been hearing rumors that Leon Slayer. They try. No, Joe Hendry. He left. Jordan Grace. She left.
That was a long time ago, dude. And that's only
I mean,
because WWE bought out their contract.
ever since his partnership been going down, they've been.
There's a rumor going around that Santana's going to lose the title to Nick Nemeth because he's going to WWE because Triple
Yeah.
H loves that dude and he wants him there, but he's not going to start on the main roster. He's going to start in NXT. Now, I think it's stupid and retarded that wrestling talent that are already established start in NXT.
Cause they ain't got nobody in that NXT male division, and that's why they try and cover that hole.
I mean, how are you gonna pick and choose? It's like playing a little child's game, like Duck Duck Goose. You go into the main roster. You going to NXT. You go into the main roster. You go into
Yeah.
NXT. You go into NXT. You go into the main roster. I mean, look, AJ went to the main roster. Jade went to the main roster. Mercedes, Blake Monroe, Mariah May. She went to NXT. Like I always say, main eventing all in London is way different than working at NXT.
Yeah, man. The TNA man. He he can't he Backley. He straight called him a cut company. Like it's just like what the
A what?
you're getting. He called him a cut company or something. He called like I heard something like he called him a cut company when he was wrestling or when he
Well,
had the match
I
last
know he
week.
was frustrated with the creative stuff, but everybody's frustrated with creative, regardless of what company you're in. People can't stand Tony because he's a wrestling fan and he doesn't know creative from a hole in the freaking ground. And then Triple H, obviously, he's not as good as creative as the old man. And then you got some stupid entertainment company running TNA instead of anybody with wrestling experience, which is why people think TNA sucks, or a lot of people
This
think
feels like a
TNA.
widespread issue. It's set like probably like a couple other promotions. I've been hearing JCW getting a lot of attention, but like, do you think
I'm
the
surprised.
business
I'm
is
surprised
creative?
about W if that's true because Vince Russo is running that shit creatively, and Vince is a piece of garbage.
But that
It's just
but he knows how to get people engaged in stories
it's
and stuff.
just
You know, I can
his
go.
question of which Vince is worse.
I think that's what's missing in wrestling nowadays. They don't know how to get people engaged on a wide scale. Like the El Grande stuff that got people talking, got a lot of people attention,
You
and
didn't.
people really did it really get anywhere? It got a few noises, but it needs to spread out more to get more mainstream. It used to be more popular. It would be more
Yeah.
bigger one.
But
I remember seeing.
when wrestling was better, it used to be popular. Wrestling ain't
Yeah,
better no more.
yeah. They used to be on big. They used to see them on late night shows. Hell, even on movies or TV shows, guesting, hosting stuff, being part of like contestant shows, like Celebrity or hosting whatever. Like we don't see that, and I think
Nope.
that we need to get back to that, or they need to find a way to find people that can be marketable and they're geared. I was watching SmackDown, and Sami Zayn came out with his new shirt. I'm the last real good guy. Thinking who's gonna wear that outside of a WWE event? They don't have attires that you can wear outside of wrestling shows. Like you can wear a Stone Cold shirt and out in like at like a freaking bull riding event. Let's just be random. A bull ride. You can rock a Stone Cold shirt or a Rock shirt at a bull ride event. I'm not gonna rock a Braun Breaker shirt where he has Wolf on the back of it and Braun Breaker. They gotta do better with their
What has
ties.
it? What does it have?
It just has Braun Breaker and then Wolf on the back of your shirt. I seen one of them shirts.
Oh, all right.
So they gotta get
All
better
right.
with their fashions
Let's take
too.
the last 10 minutes and explain the trivia because I put special shit down for the trivia
Specials. These were special
and remind
cases.
people that I can't send nobody prizes if nobody emails D'Lo their addresses for the winners of um the trivia questions. It's not that I'm trying to not send nobody prizes. I don't have your address.
Yeah, we need addresses.
And then you can tell me if we have any questions or anything else. But we got new rules of trivia and we got um a few trivia questions this week.
All right. Well,
Do, do we have any answers from last week or from 2 weeks ago? We're sorry
no,
for not being here last week. It was beyond our control. We tried, we failed,
out of commission, and I had a long night. Yeah.
and he had graduation parties and I
Yeah.
couldn't find anyone else smart enough to be able to to put us on live, so we had to miss last week. We try and miss very few shows. I know not many people watch us, but for the very few that do, we appreciate you. We will try and be here every week, even if it's just me and D'Lo.
God done this. All right. So, well, all right. What? So I got this first question. I'm gonna say the questions because. So what X Division pioneer is TNA teasing to return at Slammiversary for the Ultimate X match? They already have Leon Slater and of course Cedric Alexander. But who is the former? Who is the guy they're hyping up?
Yeah, who are they hyping up to return? Now we're gonna start with with easy questions or what we think is easy, and get the harder questions. And basically, the deal is the more questions you answer, um
The more prizes you get.
more prizes you get, or the more value your prize will be.
There you go. Well, I think that was the hard one, so I'll do the reverse. This was the hard one because I don't know if
And that can't be hard. That was easy for me. Are you sure? Just
well,
it don't matter. It don't matter. Just read them, I
whatever.
guess.
All right, so that was a TNA one for our New Japan section at New Japan Dominion 2026. Which returning star challenged Juice Rise for the U.S. title? Who was the man to do it? If you watch that special, you can get that answer. All right. Our
Um,
third trivia, which is the medium. Who became the youngest winner ever of the New Japan Cup and earned an IWGP Heavyweight title shot? Who broke the records? All right. Our second, our probably easiest one. How many pay-per-views are this week? Is June happening at the end of this month? One, two, three, or four?
Ooh, multiple
Which?
choice.
Yeah, it's multiple choice. A, B, C, or D.
And
You
the
can give
next
me the answers.
4 or 5 questions.
And our easiest one. Um, what term is happening right now in WWE that Dominic and Liv Morgan advance in? And that's the easiest one out of them all. You can answer that one probably the easiest
And how
if you
many is
watch.
that?
And
That's
that's
5,
five.
right? All
And that
right.
was five.
Now, if you answer one question, then you get one prize. If you answer 5 questions, then the value of your prize will go up exponentially.
Times
We're
two.
going to cut out a couple minutes early, cause unless D'Lo got something else.
Hmm.
Anything else, D'Lo?
I have a lot. Not really. Those just lost, which sucks.
Yeah, I know. I
That's
just saw that. I just saw that pop up 9-3. Right?
yeah.
That's not
Fluff
wrestling.
San Diego. Fluff San Diego. That's why I did a little brother of Los Angeles. Y'all stuck between Anaheim and Los Angeles. I don't know which is worse.
Uh,
And yeah, that's why the Chargers left their city. Head ass.
all right, we're gonna leave D'Lo because he's a little bit bitter because it's Baltimore. Because Baltimore lost again.
Man.
He's won today, thanks to Paul Goldschmidt, 2-run homer at the top of the ninth. So for the D'Lo show,
York Hater Johnson.
I'm Chad.
Mm.
We want to thank Wrestling Fans Speak Out, the D'Lo show, your My Taste in Music Sucks, Great Scott Sports Cards, and Midwest Wrestling Collectibles for all your wrestling needs. Go over to Midwest Wrestling Collectibles. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, or any of your social media platforms, TikTok. Uh, we thank you
Twitter.
for listening. Yeah, that too. We thank you for listening. Uh, we will be back next week. Can't tell you if it's the same time or not, but it'll be the same day. Hopefully, we'll have more people around the table because with
Hopefully.
more people around the table, it's a little more enjoyable.
Such
Thank you for watching. We're out. Peace.
adios. Oh. New York better win the finals
Yeah,
tonight.
better win.
Y'all better not blow this 3-1 lead.
Nope.
If y'all blow a 3-1 lead, oh boy. New York might explode. That happens.
Yep.
They might burn the city down if that happen.
You can
Anyway,
stop, dude. You didn't stop recording.
be well, stay safe, survive in advance. We'll see you around for the next dance.